Hello everybody and welcome to the Roblox channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. My name's AlvinBloxx and this hour we're going to be doing something different to what you've seen in the past few hours. Instead of just playing games, I'm going to be teaching you how to make your own obstacle course game in Roblox Studio. Also today guys, going to be giving away a Roblox toy code, so make sure that you stick around for that. You're not going to want to miss it. I'm going to give it away to the Twitch and YouTube chat, so you need to be watching so that you don't miss anything. And if you don't already know me, my name is AlvinBloxx and on YouTube I create scripting tutorials for Roblox, teaching you how to make great games and become a better developer, and I've currently got 28,000 subscribers. So hello everyone who's watching. I am looking at both chats, YouTube and Twitch. I know we had a few technical difficulties earlier, but Manual Reload was able to sit in for me and we got everything sorted out. So thanks to Fraser to the Max and Manual Reload for kicking off the show and allowing me to come on now at this time. Also a big thank you to Roblox for giving me this opportunity and it's great to be here. So I think we should get started with the building of the obby. We're going to be doing a little bit of scripting, not too much, because I know most of you here have not done a lot of scripting. I know you all like to play games, so we're going to do some of the easy stuff today so that we can ease you in a little bit. And if you want to know how to do more advanced things, you can always find out how to do those on my channel. So let's go straight into Roblox Studio. Here I am, I'm on a brand new base plate and we're going to begin creating our obby. So to do this, I'm going to head into the workspace and I'm going to find this base plate here. This is that big grey thing which you find on your screen, and we don't need this. This is just the main starting point for when you load up a new place in Roblox Studio. So I'm going to press delete and get rid of it, and we can actually start adding our parts. Now, if you don't already know what an obby is, it's one of the most popular types of games on Roblox. Lots of YouTubers play them and streamers, and I'm sure if you've been playing Roblox for a good while, you have played an obby. They can be frustrating and they can also be fun to play, whether you're playing with friends, whatever, or by yourself. I like playing obbies, and I thought, what is better than starting out on the Roblox channel this week with making an obby. So I've got a plan of all the obstacles we're going to have, but if you have any ideas for obstacles, you can let me know of them in the chat. I'm going to be reading them and I'm going to be putting the best ideas into my game. Alright, so what we're going to do is insert a part by clicking on this part button here. And you can see that we are able to move it and make it bigger and rotate it. We can do lots of things to change the way that this part looks. And because this is a simple obby, we're going to have lots of parts so that the players can move about and jump on and off to the obstacles. So the first obstacle which I have planned out is going to be a few lava jumps. Now if you haven't heard of those, they're basically bricks and you have to avoid them. If you step on them, you will die. So we're going to have a base which these lava jumps go onto. So I'm going to create them, this base. I'm going to use the scale tool up here to move my base part, and I'm going to keep it quite narrow. And I'm going to make it a bit long so that we can fit quite a few lava jumps onto here. I'm also going to make it look good. I'm going to click on the model tab and I'm going to click on surface over here, and this allows us to change the type of face, the surface of that face. So you can see we've got studs on this part and it doesn't look that good, so I'm going to click on surface. I'm going to choose, you won't be able to see this, but you'll be able to choose a list of different surfaces. I'm choosing smooth and I'm clicking on the part, and there we go, nice and smooth. Now we're going to need to insert our lava bricks, so I'm just going to keep inserting parts and scaling them so that they take up the whole of the space. like this, and we need to make sure we've got no gaps so that the players cannot cheat in the obby. So let's make them quite steep, quite high up, so that it's not too easy for the players. And I'm also just going to change the brick colour property. You might not be able to see it on the screen. There we go. I'm going to change this brick colour to, let's have a look. You won't be able to see this either. I'm not sure why you can't see it. It's a Roblox Studio glitch or issue, I think. But you'll be able to choose a part. And I'm going to select red. And I'm also going to change the material to neon. So I'm going to press N for neon, and you can see how the part is starting to glow. I just like this because it gives it the sort of danger effect, if you know what I mean. And I'm also going to insert a fire particle into this brick. I'm just going to select the brick, hover over this events and click the arrow, and you can insert lots of different particles. Obviously you can't see it because it's a list, but I'm going to insert a fire, and you'd be able to see that if you were making your own obby. Now, in order to kill players when they step on this brick, we're going to have to insert a script and do a little bit of scripting to actually kill the player. Now, it may seem quite advanced to you, but it's really simple, and I'll go over I think it's 3 or 4 lines of code. That's all you need for a kill brick. And that's why obbies are so easy. They're the easiest type of game to make on Roblox. So I'm going to select my part in the Explorer window. I'm going to call it Lava Jump in the Properties window. Just like that. And I'm going to click on Script. And we've been taken to the script editor. Now, if you don't already know, scripts allow us to make our games interactive, and so it allows things to happen automatically. So I'm going to have a part which I'm going to have a script which will check to see if someone is touching the part, and when they touch it, they're going to die. So to do this, I'm going to create an event, and I'm going to say script.parent. So that is the part in which the script is inserted inside. Script.parent, and then .touched. So when it has been touched, we can say colon connect open bracket function open bracket close bracket, and we can drop a line and make sure that this end here gets added in. This is our very simple event, and any code that goes inside of this event will execute whenever someone steps on the part. So inside of this event, inside these brackets here or parentheses, we're going to insert something called a parameter. Now, you don't really need to know what they are yet if you're a beginner. I do have some videos on events on my YouTube channel, AlvinBloxx, if you want to check those out later. So the parameter which we're going to put in here is just hit. Now, it could be anything, but this just is going to tell us the player who hit who touched the brick. So we need to check if they're an actual player. And to do this, we need to see if they've got a humanoid inside of their body. And so to do this, we're just going to say if hit.parent colon find first child open bracket close bracket, and then in speech marks here, we can just say humanoid, because the humanoid is the object inside of a player, and only players have it, so we can check to see if the thing which touched the brick has a humanoid, and if it does, we know that it is a player. So if hit.parent colon find first child humanoid, then we can add an enter, and another end should be added in for you guys. You need to make sure that you have got this, else it's not going to work. And then we can just kill the player now that we know that they are a real person. And to do this, we just need to say hit.parent, and we can say .humanoid colon take damage open bracket close bracket, and then in these brackets we can put 100 inside of here, and this takes away 100 HP from their health. So if they've got 100 health, which is the max amount of health you can have, we're going to take away that 100, and then you'll be dead. So that is how you make a simple lava jump. So let's test this out. we're just going to select all of our parts and anchor them in the properties tab. This means that when they're anchored, when they're in the air, they're not going to fall down to the ground. They're just going to stay where they are. And I'm also going to insert a spawn into the onto the brick, so that we can instantly spawn onto this part, so that we're not falling into the ground. So let's just play the game, and let's step on our kill part once our force field has gone. And there we go, we died because we stepped on the kill brick, and it found the humanoid which is inside of us. If we open up our player, you can see we've got a humanoid, and then once we take damage from the humanoid, it is that the player is going to die and respawn. So let's have a look at what you guys are saying in the chat. Let's have a look. So Stupid says make an obby, that's what we're doing. And Fraser to the Max says I was in AlvinBloxx's game jam team for RDC UK. Yeah, it was great having you in my game jam team. We made a super cool game. It was called, what was it called now? I can't remember. Enchanted. It was Enchanted something. Enchanted Controller. That's what it was called. We made a game called Enchanted Controller RDC, and Fraser to the Max actually presented that game to the whole crowd and everyone watching live. So that was what we did at RDC, and who knows, I might see some of you guys at future RDCs if you make great games. From Under in the Family says, you're so smart, I need your brain. Thanks, man. From Under, he was streaming on the Roblox channel as well a couple of days ago. So make sure that you check him out when he's streaming. But now that we've got our kill brick finished, what we can do is just get rid of the spawn for now, because we don't want it to be in the way. And what we can just do is take our current lava jump, which is working, and we can just copy and paste it, and we can just keep moving it on our base so that we have multiple lava jumps. I'm gonna space them so that they're not that far out from each other, and so it's quite difficult for players to just get across. So I'm just duplicating these parts with Control D for duplicate. If you're on a Mac, I think it is Command D. And now once you have duplicated all these parts, you have got a whole set of lava jumps. So now that we've got our first obstacle completed, what you can do is select all of these parts, and you can just press Control G, and this will group them together. And this means that when you try and drag the whole thing, all the lava parts will move with it, which is quite cool if you want to put all of your obstacles into segments, if you wanted to move them around and change things up a bit. So I just like to group everything together, and we can call this model, we can change it to lava jumps. So that is our first set of obstacles, can't talk today, completed. Now if you do have any obstacle suggestions, let me know in the chat and I will consider them. But I have got some which I thought of before the stream started, and so we're just going to keep making them and taking some suggestions from you guys. Okay, so next obstacle then is going to be, let's have a look, what should we do? I think we should do choose path. So you've got 3 different paths and you have to choose the correct one. One of them is going to let you walk on it, but 2 other random ones you're going to fall through if you step on them. So you have to make sure you're making the right choice. Now these are very frustrating if you are on obbies and you choose the wrong one, because you're going to die and you have to go straight back to the start. So very frustrating, but also very, very cool to add into your obby, and it's very simple to add as well, which is good, because you guys, I know that you're beginners and you don't know a lot about Roblox development, so it's always good to start off with the basic stuff. So I'm just going to move the lava jumps out the way. We'll deal with those in a bit later on at the end once we've finished all the other obstacles. And what we're going to do is we're going to start creating these. So we're going to have a base part which all the players will stand on, and then what we're going to do is have 3 paths coming off from this base part. So let's insert 3 parts, and we're just going to put them on each side of the brick, on each area. So I'm going to have 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and 1 in the middle. So you have to choose which one you think will be the correct path. It's pretty much just a chance, you know. You've got a 1 in 3 chance for each one. So if you die on one of them, you're gonna have to go straight back to the start, but you do remember what the other ones were. So as you keep failing, you learn which paths are the right ones. So what I'm going to do is just make sure that these are positioned correctly, just on the brick. And now that they are, I'm going to colour them. I'm going to colour them different colours so that we can distinguish them. So let's just select one of them, and I'm going to make this one yellow. And I'm going to just change the other ones to random colours, green and red. Now, as I said, I'm editing these in the properties window, and I'm clicking on brick colour, and then you'll be able to select your colour. So what we're going to do is we're going to select a path which the users are going to be able to walk on. So I'm going to make the red one the correct path, which means the green and the yellow ones need to make the players fall off. We're going to make them fall through the brick and fall out of the map if they step on them. So to do this, we're going to select them both by holding down Control or Command if you're on a Mac, and we're going to click Can Collide and make sure that it's unchecked. This means that no part can collide with the brick, it just falls straight through it. And then once we've done that, we're going to want to select all of these parts and anchor them so that they don't fall out of the map and so that we can stand on them. And then once you've done that, we just need to copy and paste the same, we're going to copy and paste this again, but I'm going to group it so that we know which set of choose paths they are. So I'm going to say choose path 1, and I'm going to duplicate it with Control D and just move it to the left so that once you get the correct path here, you're going to move on to the next one, and then once you finish this, you'll go on to one last path, and then once you complete that, you'll be at the next obstacle. So we're going to have to choose a different path for this, for the second path. We're going to have to choose which one will be the correct one. Obviously it can't be the red one because we've already had that. So I'm going to just select them all first and make sure that they're set to Can Collide equals false. So the Can Collide box is unchecked, just so that we can choose a new one. And this time it's going to be the yellow one. So I'm going to select the yellow one, and I'm going to set Can Collide to true. So all of the other bricks, when someone tries to step on them, they're going to fall straight through. Alright, so now that we've done that, we can change the name of this model to choose path 2, and we can duplicate it once more and just move it along just like that. And we can also name it choose path 3. Now guys, don't forget, if you want to learn how to make cool Roblox games and you want to know how to script, become a better developer, you can find many more tutorials at my YouTube channel. We've just passed 28,000 subscribers. That's 28,000 Robloxians want to learn how to script. And so if you want to learn how to make games like sword fighting games, murder games, etc., and if you're a beginner, I've got a series for beginners. You can check all of those out at my channel. The name of it is AlvinBloxx, as you can see on the red banner on the screen. Just type that into YouTube and you'll find my channel. So make sure you subscribe if you want more content like this. Alright, so we're just going to select the final path. So this time I'm going to go for the red path again. So I'm going to select it, make sure that can collide is set to it's checked, so it's true. And we're just going to select the other paths here and make sure that can collide is set to unchecked, so that they'll fall through these paths here. So this can get confusing for people now, because they'll think that the red path won't be the correct option because that's already been correct, but we're actually just tricking them, and it actually is the right path. So we're being quite sneaky here, guys, quite sneaky. Now, does anybody want Roblox toy codes? I think you guys want some Roblox toy codes, right? Do you want them? I think you do. Let me know in the chat if you want some Roblox toy codes, because I'm going to be giving one away on this stream. So make sure you keep watching, because I'm going to give away the code at a random time in this stream. So you need to make sure you're watching, because if you go do something else, or if you're not listening, you will miss out on it. And this code is going to get you a super cool item for your Roblox character, because it's from the Hunted Vampire toy. So if you're looking for a Halloween outfit for your Roblox character, I think you will want to watch this stream all the way to the end, so you don't miss out on when we give out that code, because it's a great item, you know, for your Roblox character. So we have finished the choose path. We want to now make sure that all of the parts in this obstacle are anchored. So let's just do a quick check, and just let's have a look at all of the parts inside the models, and yep, they're anchored. You can see that it's checked next to anchored here. Yep, all of these parts are anchored, so they're not going to fall out of the sky when we run the game. So I think we ought to try this out. Let's add another spawn so that we can jump straight into this obstacle, and let's try it. So I have no clue which path it is. I actually can't remember which path was the right one. So I don't think it was the yellow one. It's either the red one or the green one. Oh no, okay, so I knew that was the wrong one, so it's got to be one of the other two. So I'm playing like a new player who doesn't know what the paths are, so he's gonna go for the red one. Alright, there we are. So we've gone past the first one. Now we need to make sure we get this one right, else we're gonna go straight back to the start. So what was it? I think it's this one. No, oh no, it's not. It must be it's the yellow one, because I didn't do the red one until the end. So it's red, then it's yellow, then it's red again. There we go. So the green path wasn't actually used. So that was kind of a trick to trick people. If they're playing the obby, they won't think that the red one will come up again, but it does. So that is the choose path obstacle completed. I'm just going to get rid of these studs because they don't look very good, I don't think. So I'm just going to click on surface up here, and I'm going to select a smooth surface. I'm just going to click on all the parts so that they become a solid colour. Just like this. Alright, so there we go. Everything's now finished with this obstacle. We can delete the spawn, and we can select all of these obstacles. We can group them together, and we can name them choose path. So we've already done 2 obstacles already, and we are only 25 minutes into this stream, so there's loads more to go. We're gonna have a great obby by the time we're finished. And you guys, you can actually make this yourself if you are working along in Roblox Studio with me. You can do what I'm doing if you want. You know, show me after the stream if you've made this obby. You can send it to me on Twitter at AlvinBloxx, and you might get a retweet from me. I'd love to see what you guys make with this tutorial. So now that we've done the lava jumps and choose path, we can now select another obstacle. So you guys, remember, I am going to be looking at the chat. Let me know if you have any ideas for obstacles. I will take them into consideration. Let's have a look. People have fading paths. And what else we got? We got I'm just waiting for the chats to come in. Yeah, we've got fading platforms, rotating platforms. That's a good idea. have a look. What else we got? A ball jump. Someone requests a ball jump. The Docking Kid in the Twitch chat wants to see ball jumps. Now that is a very good idea. Every obby has to have ball jumps. It's a classic obstacle. You have to have them. So we're gonna make some ball jumps. So once again, we're gonna have our base part, which the players will spawn onto. And let's just resize this so we can fit a number of players on it. And we're going to start adding in our spheres. So we're going to click on part. We're going to click on the arrow just underneath it, and you will be able to see sphere. So click on sphere, and you can see that it creates a nice 3D ball for you to move around and resize. So I'm just going to move it and just resize it, and make sure that the player can actually jump onto it, because if they can't, then they're just going to die and they won't be able to complete your obby. So you need to make sure that the players can actually play the obby. So it's a good idea to make sure that you're always keeping a good amount of space between each one, but enough space that makes it not too hard but not too easy either. So I'm just resizing. This one will go up a bit, and then I'm just going to have another one, and I'm going to keep it flat. So I'm just going to keep duplicating them, and then we're going to go a little bit higher. I'm going to keep going. Maybe I'll resize this one so that we add a little bit of variation. Resize these ones, and let's just move this one down, and then finally the last jump, we're going to move it to the side, and we're going to move it down. So you're going to have to make a big leap to finish this obstacle. So I think you should be able to do that obstacle. It looks completable, but we will check it ourselves to see if we pass the test. So let's select a color for these balls. We're going to just give them different colors. I'm just selecting them now. So let's go for a nice green color, and let's go for a blue, and we'll have a pink one, and with a brown, and we'll finish with a black one. So now that we have finished our ball jumps, let's test it out again. We're going to select all of our parts, and we're going to click on anchored in the properties window. If you can remember, anchored means it's not going to fall out of the sky when we play the game. And we are going to insert a spawn right onto this base part. So we're going to play the game again, and let's try out our ball jump, see if we can actually complete it. Alright, so we've got the first one, second one, third one, looking good so far. We're finished. This is quite an easy one. I might move the parts around, so you have to jump to the side to actually get onto the next jump. But here we go, the final leap. That was quite easy, I have to say. I might make that a little bit harder as well. So we know that the ball jumps are working okay. We just need to move them, and then we will be done with those. So let's just move the parts about to the side like this. Let's just make them a bit closer to each other. Alright, let's move this one down a bit, and then we'll make this a bit quirky. So you have to keep going up and down in order to complete it. Okay, there we go. In fact, you should have a big leap to the end. I think that's what you should have. Alright, so we need to test them again to make sure that they are completable. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, I fell off. So we need to start again now. Alright, here we go. We're going to respawn onto the base. I'm going to try once more. If you don't get it this time, I will modify it a little bit. So let's go for the big leap, onto the green one, onto the orange, onto the yellow one. Oh no! Ooh, I nearly fell off again. We've got to make a big leap to get onto this red one here. I'm going to try again. There we go. And we've made it onto the black one. So we know that this obstacle course is still completable. So I'm going to get rid of this spawn because we don't need it. And I'm going to just group these parts together, and this obstacle will be called ball jumps. So great suggestion from the chat. from the Docking Kid. So I'm reading the chat. I think it is time that we should give out the toy code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the exclusive virtual item code into both chats at the same time. You've got to go to roblox.com/toys/redeem, I believe it is, and you need to enter the code, which will go into the chat, and the first one to redeem it gets the virtual prize, which I think is a face, which goes really well with a Halloween outfit. So remember, if you're saving up, you want to get a great Halloween outfit, this will really help you guys to make your avatar look really stylish. So who's ready for a code? Alright, get ready guys. I want to see you guys getting excited in the chat. I'm gonna post it. I'm just gonna type the code into the chat. Alright, let me just check that, make sure it's all correct. Alright, I think it's correct. I'm going to post it into Twitch and Roblox at the same time. Alright, are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go get it, go get it. There's the code, 304-0996-26863. Let me know if you got it, and we'll give you a shout out. Go on, go get it guys. Who's gonna get it first? Who's gonna get it? Somebody got it? I think someone's got it. I think it's been redeemed. Somebody's got it. Come on, own up. Who has unlocked the virtual item? Someone's got it. Oh well, that was the virtual item for the Hunted Vampire toy, and it's a great toy, you know. It's got wings, and it's even got 2 gears which you can add to it. The sword, and it's got its own little potion, and it's got the beast mode face, which is a limited item on Roblox. So it's my favourite toy, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So if you're going to get some Roblox toys, I really recommend it guys, because you also get a super cool item code with it. Alright, so we're going to carry on with our obstacle course. We're halfway through the live stream, and so we're going to hope that we get this completed by the end of the live stream. So we're going to move on, add some more obstacles, and I'm going to decide which obstacle we add next. I think we should add some tree jumps. Now, if you haven't heard of tree jumps, they are in most obbies, and basically it's a big long block and you have to climb it. It's like a tree because there are like branches coming out of it, and you have to climb onto each branch and get to the top. If you fall off, you have to do it again. So we're gonna just make our base like we have done previously, and I'm gonna make it a bit bigger because we need to fit this tree on. And I'm going to insert another part onto that. I'm gonna just make it like a big cuboid on its edge, like that. And we're going to give it a brown colour so it looks like a tree trunk. Alright, and we're then going to want to add lots of branches on the sides of it. So we're just going to insert more parts. This time I'm going to insert a bright green part so that it looks like tree branches and leaves. I know it's not the best, but it's just the name, tree jumps. I can see why they got the name. It's pretty cool and a retro type of obstacle. I like it. It's one of my favourites because you can't really die. If you jump off, you can restart, and you don't have to wait for the respawn times. You don't get that oof sound when you die. So I'm just going to add these little branch thingies, and they're going to get higher and higher as we go on. So I'm just duplicating it with Control D, and I'm just rotating it and putting it on the different sides of the tree. Let's keep going, and we're going to go and just position this so that people can jump onto it. Like I said with the ball jumps, we need to make sure that the jumps aren't too spaced out, otherwise people are going to get annoyed with the game because they can't play it. Now once we've got a branch on each side, we can just duplicate and move it up, so we don't have to move the parts ourselves and make sure that it's in the correct position. We just have to move it up, which is a real time saver. We can just move on to the next side, duplicate the part and move it up like that, just like that. So I'm actually going to extend this tree, make it bigger, make it more of a challenge for people. I'm going to just keep duplicating and moving up. Alright, duplicate. You can kind of see how it looks like a tree. I mean, if I expanded the branches, it probably would look like a tree, but you could see where I'm going with this. And if you really want to go to the next level, you could use 3D meshes. I actually have a tutorial on that on my YouTube channel. Remember, if you want to learn how to become a better Roblox developer and make awesome games, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. The name is AlvinBloxx, just as it's written on the red banner on the screen. Type that into YouTube, subscribe to my channel, and you'll be notified when I post new videos. You don't want to miss out. I got lots of great stuff on there, lots of good content which can help you learn how to make games. Alright, here we go. So we're just going to keep duplicating the tree branches and moving up. I'm going to go a little bit quicker so that we can just fit more obstacles in. But you know where I'm going with this. There we go, we're at the top. So we need to select all of the parts in this obstacle, and in the properties window, as we have done previously, we need to make sure they're anchored, because if they're not anchored, this is what happens when you run the game. All the parts just fall out of the world and you don't have any obstacles left. So that's why we have to anchor things. A bit like a pirate ship, when they drop the anchor and it stops it from moving, that's kind of what happens here with the parts. They stop moving and they can't fall out the sky, they're just frozen there. So we're going to test this out. We're going to see if the tree jumps are beatable. So we're going to insert another spawn so that we just instantly are placed here. And let's go. Let's jump up our tree. So we just need to keep going. In fact, this could be a little bit too easy for people. I might have to make it a little bit harder. Alright, we're going to jump on to the last bit and we have completed it. So I think that was a bit too easy, guys. I think what we need to do is get rid of, we need to make a gap between each part like this, so that you actually have to jump and turn onto the brick at the right time, else you're going to fall back down. And this isn't an easy obby. You need to have some skill to be able to complete it, else you're not going to be a professional at Roblox. You need to be a pro obby, obstacle course master. Right, so here we go. We're just adding these gaps. We're nearly at the end. I'm just going to stop here because people could just jump straight onto the tree. But that is the tree jumps finished, I think. Let's try it again, see if it's any harder. I think it is harder. There we go. See, I nearly fell off. So you have to jump at the right time this time. Oh, I just made it onto this one. So I'm going to keep going. Oh, I nearly fell off there. Oh no, I fell off. So yeah, it is really hard. Trust me, you will get quite frustrated at this obstacle if you're not very good at it, like me. I'm not the best at it, but I should be alright. This is where I got caught out last time. Here we go. There we go. I've made it. Alright, so we know that the tree jumps are good. It's fine. People can beat it. So now that we're finished with it, we're going to delete the spawn because we don't need to get instantly teleported there. And let's group the obstacles together. We know first we need to make sure that the surfaces are smooth. You don't have to do it. I'm just going to do it because it looks nicer. So I'm going to click surface and just make sure that all the parts don't have any studs on them. There we go. So I'm going to select the whole tree and I'm going to group it together. I'm going to call this model Tree Jumps, just like that. So now we have got 4 different obstacles in our game. We've got lava jumps over here, we have got choose path, we've got ball jumps, and we've got our tree jumps. So I thought another cool obstacle we could do is lava checkers. Now if you haven't seen lava checkers, they're similar to lava jumps, but you have to, it's like crisscross, you have to jump into the squares, different squares which don't have lava in them. You need to make sure none of your body parts are touching any lava. It can be very hard, and if you don't jump in the right position, you're gonna go oof, and you're gonna die. So we need to, I'm just gonna copy the lava jumps we have here. I'm gonna select them and duplicate it, and we're gonna just move it over here so that we can work with it. But I want these lava jumps to actually turn into squares so we can make them into checkers. So the first thing I'm going to do is just widen this this strip here so that we can fit more checkers in. And for now I'm just going to get rid of all of these lava jumps except for one. So we're just left with one at the moment, which we can work with. So what you need to do is make a square out of these rectangular lava jumps, just like this. Alright, I'm going to make them a little bit smaller just so that people can jump over them. Alright, in fact I'm going to ungroup these lava jumps, and I'm going to change the name of the lava jump to lava checker. Lava checker, just so that we know the difference between the lava jumps and the lava checkers. NateGuard445 says Alvin is the best at this. Thank you very much, appreciate the support. So I'm going to duplicate this lava checker, and I'm just going to have a gap in between the previous one. I'm going to leave about a whole checker's distance between them. In fact, let's just make a whole row of them like this, just so that we can estimate the distance between them, and then we can just delete the ones in the middle, and we can duplicate them and make like a checkered, like some checkered tiles, but with lava jumps. You wouldn't want to go into a room which had checkered tiles on the floor and then find out that they were lava. You would not want to go to a place like that, else you would probably die. So we're going to select all of these lava checkers and just keep duplicating them until we have enough to fill up the whole strip. So we're going to keep going until we have reached the end. Now these can be really hard. In fact, I'm not sure if we'll be able to complete them because of the gaps, but we're going to try them. We have to try them to see if they work. So I'm going to insert another spawn and play the game. Oh, I didn't click the right button. That's great from me. And let's try it. Oh, they're neon bricks, remember, so that they stand out. And I'm going to have to use mad skills to beat this. So you have to go in like a zigzag direction in order to complete them. You can't just jump in front of them. Oh no, I died. So yeah, these are really hard. This is probably the hardest obstacle we're going to have today in this obstacle course. So we're just going to keep going in a zigzag position. Oh, I keep dying. This is really hard. I might have to make it a little bit easier if I can't do it. I'm going to have one last try. Here we go. So we're going to go zig, zag, zig, zag. Oh, I died again. Oh, these are too hard. I am not very good at lava checkers. Alright, we're going to like make a bigger gap between each one. So let's just delete the rest of the lava checkers. Oh, let's delete all but one. There we go. So let's just make them bigger. There we go. And let's duplicate them again. Alright, and let's have 4 so that it's quite big and multiple players can play on them at once. And let's delete 2 of them so that we can make a a zigzag out of them. I'm just going to move them to the side, and then we can copy all 4, and they go into this cool zigzag position. We don't have to do anything else but just duplicate them. Alright, so keep going until we hit the end, and let's try it out this time. Hopefully I'll be able to beat them because they're much wider now. So let's go zig, zag, zig, zag. There we go, zigzag, and 2 more, and I'm at the finish. So there we go, I beat my own lava checkers. In fact, let's just go and jump on one. Oof, and there we go, they do kill us. So we have just resized the kill bricks that we made earlier into lava checkers, and they work perfectly fine. So I think that should be the last obstacle we do, because we need to make sure that they are working and we can combine them all as one. So I'm going to select all of these parts and group them together, and I'm going to name this model Lava Checkers, just like that. Alright, so what we need to do now is we need to put all of our obstacles together, right? So we need to put them in order. So I'm going to start off with the lava jumps because they're quite simple. So let's build ourselves a spawn area where players will load into once they join the game. I'm going to have mine here. Okay. And I'm going to insert a load of spawns onto this part. So I'm just going to click the spawn button up here. Alright. Just like that. I'm going to have quite a few spawns so that if we have a lot of players join, then it doesn't get too overcrowded in the spawn area. So let's just duplicate all of these spawns and put them over here. And let's extend the base part as well, so that there's enough space for everyone to be in this lobby area. Alright, so what we want is when someone completes one obstacle, they want to progress onto the next one, and so when they die, they don't go back to the start. It's kind of like a checkpoint system, and to do this, we need to use teams. So we'll go over this in a moment, so let's just move all of our obstacles over, and let's put the lava checkers in next. Alright, so they follow the lava jumps, and then after that we're going to have the ball jumps. So I'm just going to position them after the checkers. There we go. I'm going to move them down so that they connect with the lava checkers and you can jump straight onto them. And then finally we're going to have our lava trees. Alright, so let's just position those so that once we jump off the black ball, we'll be able to jump onto those trees. Alright, I think that's alright. Yeah, we can jump onto them. So we've got all of our obstacles in order now. We just need to add some teams so that we can get our checkpoints up and running, and then we'll be at the end of our stream. So to insert teams, we need to click on service at the top right here. And then we need to click on teams, click insert. And you can see in the Explorer window, a new service has been inserted called teams. Now for each obstacle we need to insert a team. Oh, we've got the lava, we've got the choose path. So let's just add those in quickly. We need to add them at the top of the tree. Alright. Once we've done those, we need to add each team in for each obstacle. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 obstacles. And we also have a lobby area, so we're going to have an extra team for that. So we need 6 teams, so we're going to right click on teams, hover over insert object and click on team down here. Now we're going to duplicate this 6 times for 6 different teams. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to rename these teams. Now the first team is obviously going to be the lobby area, so people who are at the first stage. So let's just call that lobby, and we're going to set the team colour to bright, really red. Now what we need to do here is in the lobby area, we need to assign that team colour to these spawns so that only people on that team can spawn in this area. So to do this, we need to select all of our spawns and scroll down in the properties window until we find team colour, and we can select the colour that we just chose for the lobby team, which was really red. Alright, and because we want the players when they join the game to automatically go to the lobby team, we're going to make sure that auto assignable is checked, and we want to make sure that the other teams have auto assignable unchecked. So just select them all and uncheck auto assignable. Alright, so we need to now rename the other teams. So we'll have our lava jumps will be a neon green team. In fact, let's just change the lobby spawns to red so that they match the team colour. We're going to have a spawn for the lava jumps, so let's add in a new spawn up here at the top. And we set our lava jumps team to lime green. I'm just going to change the name of that team to lava jumps. And as it is lime green, we're setting the spawn's team colour to lime green also, so that the players who are at the lava jumps are on the lava jump team. So we can extend this spawn so that it covers the entire base, so that the players will step on it when they begin. We'll also make sure that can collide is equal to false, so that they are not able to use it as a help to jump over the lava bricks. And we can just duplicate this and place it on the next obstacle, which is the lava checkers. We need a new team for the lava checkers, so we're going to scroll down to our team service. We can then change another team name to lava checkers, and we can change the team colour to something different. In this case, let's just do yellow, and then we can select our lava checker spawn, make that yellow, and set its team colour to new yellow, as it is with the lava checker team. Alright, so we're just going to keep doing this, copying and pasting our spawns. And for the ball jumps, we're going to do the same thing, rename a team to ball jumps. And we're going to set the team colour to something different. Let's do black in this team. And so for the ball jump spawn, we're going to change the colour of that to black and change the team colour to black also. And then we're going to do the same thing for all of the different obstacles we have. Copy and paste it over onto the tree jumps. This time we're going to have the team for tree jumps. We're just going to keep the colour as white because I'm running out of colours to choose. So let's choose white. And in the team colour, we need to make sure that we're choosing the correct white. So this is quill grey, lily white. There's lots of different colours you can choose. Obviously you can't see them, but I am choosing white. Okay, so you can see we've got the property team colour here. I'm just editing that property to the same colour as what we set the team colour to down here. The team colour just here. So I'm just making sure that the colours match up with each other so that the players spawn to their correct location depending on which team they're on. And for the last spawn, which is for the choose path, we can get the last team and set it to choose path, and the colour for this will be, let's choose really blue. So we'll set the colour of the spawn to really blue, and we'll also set the team colour to really blue. Alright, and then when we're at the end, we can have a final team which says winners, so you can copy and paste one more team and call it winners. We can change the team colour to deep orange, and we can take one more spawn and just bring it over here and colour it deep orange so that it matches up. And what we need to do now is select all of our spawns in the workspace, and we need to make sure that the property allow team change on touch is set to true. This means that when they step on it, their team colour changes and they move on to the next team. So let's test out our obstacle course. Whoops, we forgot to anchor something. We forgot to anchor the lobby. Let's just anchor that. And let's just make sure our spawns are correct. Yep, let's just disable neutral as well on the spawns. And there we go, we spawn at the lobby section and we move on to the lava jumps, and our team colour has changed. So let's try out our lava jumps and try and get past them without dying. Alright, I'm at the end of them, and I'm going to step on this spawn and watch as my team changes to lava checkers. So now we move on to the lava checkers. We jump, jump, jump all the way to the finish without dying. In fact, let's kill ourselves. And so hopefully, now that we've died, we respawn at our checkpoint, which is the lava checkers. And I'm going to keep going. This time we'll complete it, hopefully. Alright, there we go. I'm moving on to the ball jumps now. And just keep jumping. These ones caught me out before, so I need to make sure that they won't catch me out this time. And I'm moving on to the tree jumps. And you can see my team has changed again. I'm going to climb up the tree all the way to the top, and then we have to choose path to go, and we should be a winner if we complete that. So we're just jumping on all the different leaves. Now this one can get hard because we've got the choose path, but I did it anyway because I am a professional at obbies. And we can step on to the final spawn point, and we can do our choose path. So I'm going to go for... Oh, I got it wrong. I've forgotten the path entirely because it's backwards, and I can't remember what they were. Right, Alright, so let's go for our path. Alright, we're just gonna try and make our way to the end, and then we'll wrap things up. Alright, in fact, what I'm just going to do is... Oh no, I keep forgetting the path. Right, let's just make a walkway to get ourselves to the finish section here real quick. Alright, so it's red. Then it is yellow. Then it's red again, I believe. Yes, it is. Alright, so I'm at the end of my obby. I'm going to step on the winner's spawn, and there we go. I have finished my obstacle course. So that was a very simple tutorial on how to make your own obby. All it takes is a little bit of simple scripting and a little bit of building skills. So hope you enjoyed it. Remember, you can check out my YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/AlvinBloxx, or you can just type in AlvinBloxx, as you can see on the red banner on your screen. Next up on the channel, on the Roblox channel, is Laugh It Up Gaming, so make sure you stick around for those instead of Manual Reload, who went before me. Hopefully we will be back with some more Roblox development in the future, so let us know what you thought of this stream if you want to see more development from me. I'd like to give a big thanks to Roblox for giving me the opportunity to stream on their channel. Make sure you do stick around if you don't want to miss what is coming up. And this is AlvinBloxx signing out, telling you to keep scripting. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.